here with a brand new video, dude, and I want to watch it. The true scale of ants. Now, I will admit, the thumbnail is terrifying. You don't like ants. Well, ants are fine. No, I don't like ants. Dude, I once had a flying ant in my room. Oh, it was terrifying. Let's watch the video. Okay, VFX artist reveals the true scale of ants. Like the video, core crew will love them. We're subscribed. Okay.
This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
I put my volume up.
Ants.
Volume's good.
This video is about ants. Why? Because scientists recently figured out that there are 20 quadrillion ants in the entire world, and this is an insane number. That is like 20 million billion ants. Oh man, I'd love to see how big that ant pile is. Oh hey, look. Scientists have calculated how many ants are on Earth. The number is so big, it's unimaginable.
I have to say, I love them. I love Core Crew. I've been watching them for a couple years now. Everything they make is banging, dude. And I tell you what, they have really increased like everything here. Even the lighting looks good because the quality is going up every time.
We simply cannot imagine 20 quadrillion ants in one pile. It just doesn't work.
I just did it.
Just doesn't impossible. You remember that one of us can't handle these mountains. Fine! I'll do it myself.
This is so cool, man.
All right, so we've all had experiences with ants before. Perhaps you left a cookie out on the counter overnight and the next morning you found ants everywhere.
That's how you get ants.
Or maybe you're out on a hike and accidentally stepped on an anthill, causing ants to flood out of the ground like a zombie horde. No matter where you go, you can find.
I'm sorry, what movie was that? Was that Indiana Jones or something? I've never really seen the Indiana Jones movies. I think I've seen I saw the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull with oh, what's his stupid name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. What's that guy from Transformers? I saw that, and that was okay. And I never watched like the originals or anything. Which I know is bad, but I don't want to watch them now, knowing a bunch of ants crawl into someone's mouth.
Ants, unless you're in Antarctica.
Well, this sucks.
Antarctica. In fact, there are over 15,000 different named species of ants in the world, and they range all the way from like 1 millimeter in length, like the Carabara atoma here. Oh man, this thing's tiny. All the way up to 30 or 40 millimeters in length, like the bullet ant. Oh God, why did I put this on my finger? That's terrifying.
I had no idea they were that. They could grow. I had no idea they could grow that big.
But if we want accurate results, we can't just use any ant. We need to find the most average ant. Using data from the original research paper, I determined that the average weight of a live ant is 4.13 milligrams. But anyway, we still don't know how big that is. Do you include the antennas and legs, chop off the legs, assume they're squished up? I chose to split the difference and assume that there's gonna be some overlap, but not like a full squish. That means that our average ant in this video measures in at
Dude, the VFX they're doing here are so impressive.
about 4.5 millimeters in length. Now we can get into this video. So 20 quadrillion ants is a lot of ants, but Earth also has a lot of land. 134 million square kilometers to be exact, if we don't include Antarctica, because
134 million square kilometers. And yet, when they decide to build a new row of houses, where do they build it? Across the street from you. Every single time.
duh. That averages out to 150 ants for every square meter of land. 148, 149, 150. I mean, take a look around you. How much ground can you see? Just imagine that for every square meter of land, there's 100.
This is why I don't lie in the grass. See, when I go, dude, I don't lie in the sand. See, when I go anywhere and I have to sit on the ground, I'm on a towel and I'm like vigorously like watching the surroundings of the towel, waiting for something to crawl on, or I'll just stand. I don't like bugs. I don't.
150 ants.
Ant-Man can kiss
And
my
this is them
ass.
trying to like space themselves out evenly across the whole planet. But of course, ant distribution is not perfectly even, with the highest numbers located in rainforests. A study in West Africa determined that there are roughly 2,000 ants for every square meter of land there, which is enough to make me feel very uncomfortable now. Like, one ant, not a problem, but a swarm of thousands?
I'm getting
Whole
so
different
itchy
story.
watching this.
Because that is only the beginning. There are 8 billion people on Earth, which means that for every one of us, there are 2.5 million of them.
I could fight 2.5 million ants. Easy. Easy. Dude, this is... I didn't realize how difficult this was gonna be to watch. Like, oh, I'm getting so itchy. Exo, do you remember the last True Scale video that we watched? It was ages ago, but I'm sure we've watched another one here, but I can't remember what it was.
Okay, that's enough. Yeah. Packed tightly together, 2.5 million ants would form a circle 6 meters across. That's 20 feet, and that just barely fits inside of our studio here.
What is this?
A center for ants!
What's crazy is that at this scale, you can't even see individual ants anymore. In fact, there are more ants in this shot than there are pixels in HD video. That's why this video is in 4K. Oh no! But of course, ants are famous for self-assembling into complex structures like bridges, though I hope you never have the misfortune of walking through one of these. Ooh. Ants get a bad reputation for being pests, but they're incredibly important to our ecosystem. They aerate the soil, speed up decomposition, and they improve plant growth across the globe. Despite being creepy crawlers, we need them. Except for fire ants, though. No, they can go die in a fire. So, 2.5 million ants.
What is the purpose of fire ants? Are they just like a whatchamacallit, like wolves are to deer? Are they just to keep ant populations under control in areas where they grow too fast? I can only imagine that it's an evolutionary type of wolf-deer type of situation. I've got no idea.
For every person on Earth.
Maybe to fight bees?
That makes me wonder what a real Ant-Man would look like. All of these ants clumped together in human form would be as tall as Danny DeVito.
Are you looking at me? I'm Danny DeVito.
What, were you expecting a giant? They're a pile of ants. They just look bigger when they're flat. They would, however, be lighter than Danny DeVito, coming in at just 10 kilograms, which is less than a one-wheel. A lot less. So not that tall, not that heavy. Kind of makes them seem a little less
I cannot get over how good the effects are in their videos now.
scary, right? Like, come on. I could
been a
totally
minute
take
since
this
I
thing
last
on in
watched
a
one.
fight. Auntie DeVito, no, hey, get back here. And there
so
are
good.
8 billion of these things running around on the planet, one for every single person. If all 20 quadrillion ants could cling together into one giant gigaball, how big would this pile of ants be?
Dude, I've not watched Tom Cruise movie, like
a
a Mission
diameter of
Impossible.
860 meters.
Shut the front door. There's no way it would be almost a kilometer round if it was in a ball. Dude, I was saying I haven't watched a Mission Impossible since Mission Impossible 2? Mission Impossible 3? Maybe? I've heard they're all good. I've just not, perfect target for a nuke, dude. If that started rolling through my city, I immediately would just abandon the planet.
Meters, making it taller than the tallest building in the entire world, which is the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Not even Tom Cruise would be sitting as high as that ball. It would also look pretty bizarre, appearing almost like smooth metal. You can see the bumpiness of ants when close up, but like at this distance, their texture is just too small to see, making the ball appear smooth. And this mass of ants would completely dwarf any city you put it next to. Obviously, this is a bit unrealistic because I have the gravity turned off. I mean, this many ants would crush themselves under their own weight. But here's the thing about balls of ants. They behave like liquid, meaning that when I turn the gravity back on, splash.
Shut up. How are they able to simulate this? How are they able to simulate this, dude? This is crazy.
Even with a viscosity a million times higher than water, they would still ooze through the city until every single street is submerged in a sludge of ants. Eventually though, this ant ooze will spread itself out flat. How much area would this flat ant blanket cover? It's a lot. Let me go get Sam and Nico. Sam and Nico.
There's just...
What state are you guys from?
Minnesota.
Well, did you know that if all 20 quadrillion ants could be laid out flat, it would cover your entire home state?
Oh no.
Minnesota would be the 12th largest state in the entire country, and Minneapolis would be a terrifying place to live.
A Minnesota-sized patch of ant skin that could just crawl around?
Yeah. I didn't even think about the crawling part of it. It could just migrate around the planet. Oh God. You just gave me more effects, Nico. So we've seen the scale of ants in...
Oh, I just need a second. This is traumatizing to watch. I hate this. I hate this. I don't want... This is... When I am ruler of the planet, I promise I will eliminate all ants and existential threats that ants impose.
3 dimensions, and now we've seen them in 2. But what would 1 dimension look like? One of the behaviors ants are best known for is marching in lines. They use their antennae to detect the pheromones of other ants to find pathways.
Please tell me that we're about to find out how many times around the planet a string of ants could go, because that's something I do really want to know.
From potential food back to the colonies they came from. That's why it always seems like they're marching along invisible highways. Who let the cookie out? So if all of the ants in the entire world were to line up butt to mouth, how long would that line be? Take a guess, how many times around the Earth do you think this line would go? An average ant is 0.0045 meters times 20 quadrillion.
How many
90 billion kilometers. That is over 2 million times around the planet! Around the planet! Ants! 2 million!
That can't be right. That can't be right. That the answer is
90 billion kilometers.
2.5 million times around the planet?
That is over 2!
Oh, 2.25 million times around the planet? That can't be right. How many zeros are in quadrillion? I'm tempted to do the math myself. This is ridiculous.
Million
I feel like it's got to be wrong.
Planet, around the planet. Ants, 2 million. That is such an astronomical distance that I think we need a better unit of measurement for this. The astronomical unit, the distance from Earth to the sun. That means that our line of ants would stretch from here to the sun and back 300 times. Think of it this way. That's the setting sun behind me here in LA, meaning that the Earth orbiting around the sun is going that way, having just come from that way. So if we could shoot a chain of ants into space to trail behind the Earth, first off, we'd be shooting them at like 100,000 kilometers an hour, 80 times the speed of a bullet, but we would be shooting them continuously, non-stop, for 95 years before we finally run out of ants. Good riddance.
I can't.
Good.
Now, it's such a high number.
What is this?
This is breaking me.
20 quadrillion is such a large number that our brains just can't really conceive it. And so
Wait, how many zeros is that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 zeros?
Quadrillion is such a large number that our brains just can't really conceive it. And so what I try to do with this whole scale series is to take the unimaginable and imagine it, which means that there's just one last thing to do. Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you? My name is Sabine Newton.
I'm Patrick Schulteis.
Yeah, that's right. The lead authors of the paper and the quote that started
That's
this whole
cool.
thing have actually been helping me with this video. They provided me with information to figure out the average size of the ants, and I just thought it was fitting that after all of that, I could show them the actual visuals I came up with to find out if it really is unimaginable.
There's more ants than stars in the galaxy, but that doesn't help you visualize it in any way. It's just another way of putting it into numbers. As far as visualizations go, no one has done anything that really helps you.
Really? I do have some to show you. All right,
This
ready?
is so cool, man.
It's scary.
Yes, the Antocalypse. is coming.
Look, it's a weapon of mass destruction.
I guess we're doomed.
I gotta ask, is it imaginable now?
It is imaginable now.
Yes,
Definitely.
indeed it is.
You've done the impossible.
Yes, you've done
This
the
is
impossible.
so
We
cool,
can now
man.
imagine what these ants look like.
Well, fantastic. Thank you guys so much for your help. It's been an honor, honestly. So I want to do more of these types of videos, and I think you've inspired me to continue
I
doing
just
this.
can't believe
Yeah, we're
this.
glad we inspired you. Thanks for investing a month of your life.
Just send us a link.
Took 'em a
as soon as
month?
it's online.
Yeah, we'll do.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, it makes
bye.
sense.
They're so cool, man. This was a fun video to do. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. And
Dude,
ants.
that was crazy. The video was by Carter Crew. VFX artist reveals the true scale of ants. Go like and subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube in the future, like and subscribe here too. Thanks and stay super.